Welcome grade 4s to WorksheetCloud.com's online lessons. I'm Mrs. Nicole Frank and I will be doing English home language with you today. I hope you are excited and have a pencil or a pen and a page ready to write down anything you feel is important and that you need to take note of in this lesson. If you don't feel like writing, that's good too. Just sit there, back and relax. I am not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into it. I'm up here. So, if you have any questions or concerns about this lesson in particular, please send us an email and the email address is on your screen right now. grade4@worksheetcloud.com, and we will try and get back to you as soon as we can after this lesson. If your parents have any queries or questions regarding things like when is the next lesson or how they can access previous lessons, please refer to the FAQs in this website. I hope you are ready, grade 4s, because we are about to get into it. Parts of speech. In the previous lesson, we spoke about words and the fact that words have different functions in a sentence. For the purposes of this lesson, we are going to be focusing on one kind of word, okay, so that we can go through and understand the different functions of words in a sentence. I would like us to think about our bodies, for example, our nose, our mouth, our ears. All of these parts of our body have a function and it helps our body to function. Like my mouth now helps me to speak. My ears helps me to hear, and my nose helps me to breathe. So those are the functions of those body parts. So just like them, words also have a function in a sentence. For today's lesson, we are going to be looking at nouns and how they function in a sentence. The objectives of this lesson. I would like you to know the following 3 things by the end of this lesson. So in the previous lesson, I also spoke to you about objectives. And by now, you should know that it's the same as having outcomes. By the end of this lesson, I would like you to know what a noun is. I would like you to be able to identify a noun in a sentence. I would like you to be able to identify the different types of nouns. So at the end of this lesson, and you have not learned any of those 3 things, or one of those things you're not still certain of, please send us an email. Or alternatively, you can watch this video again. So the first thing we're going to cover is, what is a noun? And this girl over here would like to know too. Firstly, we have to remember that a noun is a naming word. It names people, places, things, or even ideas. It gives names to different things. So if we think of the phone or laptop that you have in front of you, that is the name of the product you are using. We have different types of nouns. For this lesson, we are only going to be focusing on the 4 main types of nouns. So what are the 4 main types of nouns? Some of you might already know, but we are going to start right at the beginning. The 4 main types of nouns are proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, and lastly, abstract nouns. Those are the 4 types of nouns that we are going to be focusing on in this lesson. I will repeat: proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, and abstract nouns. Firstly, we're going to be looking at proper nouns. I'm going to put 2 pictures on the screen in front of you. Take a look at them for a moment and try to identify who or what they are. Grade 4s, both these pictures should be pretty familiar to you. The first one being a very famous mountain. The second one being, well, she looks pretty familiar. And by now, I'm sure you know who she is. So proper nouns are names of people, places, companies, or the actual names of things. Products, for example, they begin with a capital letter. And they are the actual names given to those things. For example, this might be a very famous mountain, but the name of this mountain is Table Mountain. She might be a teacher who teaches you English home language on WorksheetCloud.com, but her name is Nicole Frank. Both of these are proper nouns. And like I said before, they both start with a capital letter. Common nouns. Common nouns are names of everyday things. So I'm going to put the pictures back up again. Again, we have Table Mountain, and there we have, well, me. And so we are going to work on these two pictures again, and we're going to see how it's different from a proper noun. Well, common nouns are like the common names given to people, places, or objects. So instead of me saying now that this is Table Mountain, the common name for it is a mountain. And instead of me saying that this is Nicole Frank, I'm going to give the common name for me in this format, which is a teacher. So if you're sitting there and your name is Joe, John, Mfo, Sipo, Candace, that is your proper name or proper noun. However, you could be a boy or a girl, okay, male or female, or dog or cat. That is the name, the common noun. But the proper noun might be for your dog, Duke, or Snowy, or Slim. Collective nouns. They name a group of things, people, animals, or places. It is a collection of things taken as a whole. For example, a band of musicians, a pride of lions, a school of fish, a flock of birds. There are many different collective nouns because they name a group of things, people, places, animals. And you can sit there thinking, I wonder what the name of a group of fish is called. And that is how we can get to know our different collective nouns. For the purposes of this lesson, I included a picture of lions. And by now you should know, what is the collective noun for a group of lions? It's on the screen. And yes, you found it. Well done, grade 4s. Abstract nouns. They are names of feelings. It names a quality, emotion, state, or an idea. Like anger, love, guilt, danger, and truth. What makes abstract nouns tricky, what makes abstract nouns tricky is that they can sometimes get confused with other kinds of words like adjectives and verbs. How does this happen? I'm going to explain it to you by using the word love. I can say, I love you. Is the word love in that sentence used as an abstract noun? I'll give you a moment to think about it. No. The answer is no. I love you is a sentence, yes, but the word love in the sentence I love you is used as a verb because it's an action word in that sentence. However, if I use the word her love was undeniable for him, the word love no longer is a verb. The word love now is an abstract noun because it's used as the subject of the sentence. Her love was undeniable for him. So remember that when you are busy identifying the different parts of speech. Remember, you have to look at the function of the word in the sentence. And that's very important. And yes, it can be tricky, but try and ask yourself, is this word an action word? Is it a describing word? Or is it naming something? I would like to use the word happiness as well. If I say I feel happy or the happy boy, it is an adjective. However, if I say my happiness is the most important thing to me, happiness now is a noun, and not just any kind of noun, it is an abstract noun. So let's recap. What have we learned so far about nouns? There are four main types of nouns. The first one we looked at was proper nouns. They are names of people, places, but not just any kind of names of people or places. They are the actual names given, like Jane, Italy, post office. The post office is the name of a company. Common nouns are names of everyday things, like things around you. You might be sitting on a chair. You might have a pen. You might be sitting by a desk. Your socks or a ball. Those words are common nouns. Collective nouns are names of groups. For example, a flight of stairs. So some of you have been walking upstairs and I don't know if you've ever wondered, I wonder what these groups of stairs are called. Well, now you know, grade 4s, they are called a flight of stairs or a bunch of flowers. Sometimes you'll see someone giving someone a bunch of flowers, and now you know, we say one flower, a bunch of flowers. Abstract nouns are names of feelings, qualities, concepts. For example, danger. Let's do an activity together. Identify the nouns in the following sentences. The reason I've said in italics now another sentence is because I want you to see what the exact instruction is. Underline the nouns and write down the type of nouns they are. You can use your pencil or pen and page to do this right now, or you can watch us and just shout out loud as you're watching the video. The girl walked from school. And over here I have a girl and a boy walking from school. I'm going to give you a moment to try and figure out where are the nouns and what kind of nouns they are. Right, grade 4s. The girl walked from school. We've underlined our two nouns in the sentence. We have our one here, the girl, and our second one, school. Well done. So what kind of nouns are they? I'm going to give you a few seconds just to figure them out or write them down. The first one is a common noun. The second one is also a common noun. Well done, grade 4s. Let's do another one. A flock of birds flew over Table Mountain. I'm going to give you a few moments to figure out what are the nouns in the sentence. 5 more seconds, grade 4s. Right, a flock of birds flew over Table Mountain. My 2 nouns are underlined for me. And for you, flock of birds, Table Mountain. Very good. But what kind of nouns are they? I'll give you a few seconds to write that down, or again, shout it out to your computer and we'll see if you are right. The first one, collective noun. The second one is a proper noun. Well done. I hope you got it right, grade 4s, but I'm sure you did. And if you didn't, watch it again to see where you maybe went wrong. So, I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. And for the purposes of you remembering exactly what I taught you, I'm going to say one last time. There are 4 types of nouns. Proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, and abstract nouns. And if you want to go over this again, please feel welcome to rewatch the video. If you know exactly what's going on, great. And I'm so excited for you. If you perhaps have a question and feel that I haven't covered something or you're still a bit confused, please send us an email to grade4@worksheetcloud.com and we will try and get back to you as soon as we can after this lesson. An activity is provided for you after this lesson, also in the same place that you found this lesson, and that's pretty cool. But now, how will you know whether you actually got the answers right or not in the activity? Well, I have news for you. There is also a memo attached, so you can check whether you've got the answers right or wrong right after you've done the activity. I hope this lesson was as educational for you as it was for me. I am excited to be teaching you again, grade 4s, and I hope to see you tomorrow for our next lesson. Have a wonderful evening and afternoon further. See you. Bye. Goodbye, grade 4s.